Judge Dredd comes to mind when you think of a Boros legionnaire, the strong-willed type that wants to bring order and justice to the streets of Ravnica. He will do whatever it takes to protect the citizens because he is the law. Stick around and find out how you can build your own Judge Dredd in our Ravnica series.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another Protect and Serve episode of
The Dungeon Crashers.
I'm Guy.
And I'm Sapil. Now before we get started, remember to like and subscribe and turn on that bell so you don't miss any of our informative D&D content. We wanted to apologize about not posting a video last week. We had some technical difficulties, but we figured it out and we're back and ready to go. Like I said before, we're doing the Boros Legionnaire build this week. This character is all about bringing order and justice to the chaos, and what better class than the Order Domain Cleric? Like the rest of the builds in the Ravnica series, this will be a single class build. And the race for this build needed to be something that could strike fear into all that would do evil, and we knew that the Leonin would be the perfect fit for that. They get a +2 to Constitution and a +1 to Strength. They are medium sized, standing between 6 and 7 feet tall, with a base walking speed of 35 feet. They have claws as a natural weapon, dealing 1d4 plus Strength modifier in slashing damage. And they get Hunter's Instinct. You can choose one skill from Athletics, Intimidation, Perception, or Survival. We took Perception. They get Dark Vision out to 60 feet, and they have the ability Daunting Roar. As a bonus action, you can let out an especially menacing roar. Creatures of your choice within 10 feet of you that can hear you must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw or become frightened of you until the end of your next turn. The DC for this save equals 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your Constitution modifier. Once you use this trait, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest. And for languages, you get Common and Leonin. And for the background, well, it's obvious we took the Boros Legionnaire background. It gives us 2 skills with Athletics and Intimidation. We get a gaming set as a tool proficiency, and 1 language from Celestial, Draconic, Goblin, and Minotaur. And since we work with Celestials all the time with the Boros Legion, we took Celestial. Like the other Ravnica backgrounds, it gives spells at certain levels, and we will let you know what they are at those levels. The main feature of this background is the Legion Station. You can requisition simple equipment for temporary use, and you can gain access to the Boros Garrison in Ravnica, where you can rest in safety and receive attention of medics. You are also paid a salary of 1 gold piece per week, which enables you to maintain a poor lifestyle between adventures. This isn't much of a main feature for these kind of backgrounds, but you could use it for roleplay situations, so get with your DM and figure out a way to bring that into your game.
And for ability scores, we use the point buy system. We start with a 15 on Strength, making it 16 with the +1 from our racial bonus. To bring order to the streets, we have to be strong. We put a 10 on Dex. We'll be wearing heavy armor, so high Dex isn't needed. We just didn't want a negative. We put a 12 on Con, making it 14 with the +2 from our racial bonus. We'll bump this up later since you'll need a lot of hit points if you're going to be on the front lines. We put a 9 on Intelligence. We don't need to be smart to follow orders. And we put a 14 on Wisdom. This will be our casting stat, and we'll get an ability bump later. Last, we put a 12 on Charisma because we want to be as intimidating as possible. At first level and every level, we'll be Cleric. Clerics are proficient with light armor, medium armor, shields, and all simple weapons. They are also proficient with Wisdom and Charisma saves. We can select 2 skills from History, Insight, Medicine, Persuasion, and Religion, and we went with Insight and Religion. We get our Divine Domain at first level, and we want the Order Domain. We get bonus proficiencies with Heavy Armor, and 1 skill, either Intimidation or Persuasion. We took Persuasion. The first level ability we get is Voice of Authority. If you cast a spell with a spell lot of first level or higher, and target an ally with the spell, that ally can use their reaction immediately after the spell to make 1 weapon attack against a creature of your choice that you can see. If the spell targets more than 1 ally, you choose the ally who can make the attack. And clerics are prepared casters and can prepare a number of spells a day equal to your Wisdom modifier plus your cleric level. So for us, 3 to start. We get 3 cantrips known and 2 first level spell slots. Our background adds a cantrip Sacred Flame and Firebolt, and the spells Heroism and Guiding Bolt to our cleric spell list. From the Order Domain, we get Command and Heroism prepared for free. For cantrips, take Firebolt for one of the best damaging cantrips, Guidance for a great support spell, and Word of Radiance, dealing 1d6 radiant damage to each creature within 5 feet of you that fails a Constitution save. For the 3 first level spells we can prepare, we want Bless and Healing Word to work with our Voice of Authority, and we also want Guiding Bolt. At second level Cleric, we get our Channel Divinity. There are 2 uses for the Channel Divinity. First is Turn Undead. As an action, you present your holy symbol and speak a prayer censoring the undead. Each undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet of you must make a wisdom saving throw. If the creature fails its saving throw, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes any damage. A turn creature must spend its turns trying to move as far away from you as it can, and it can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you. It also can't take reactions. For its action, it can use only the dash action or try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving. If there's nowhere to move, the creature can use the dodge action. The second use is from the order domain, called Order's Demand. As an action, you present your holy symbol, and each creature of your choice that can see or hear you within 30 feet of you must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you until the end of your next turn or until the charmed creature takes any damage. You can also cause any of the charmed creatures to drop what they are holding when they fail the saving throw. We get another spell we can prepare and another first level spell slot. Take Shield of Faith for a support spell that gives +2 to an ally's armor class, plus it works with the Voice of Authority ability. There's an optional feature, Harness Divine Power. As a bonus action, you touch your holy symbol, utter a prayer, and regain 1 expended spell slot, the level of which can be no higher than half your proficiency bonus rounded up. The number of times you can use this feature is based on the level you've reached in this class, once at 2nd level, twice at 6th level, 3 times at 18th level. You regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest.
At 3rd level of Cleric, we get another spell we can prepare, another 1st level spell slot, and 2 2nd level spell slots. From our background, we get Aid and Scorching Ray added to our spell list, and from our order domain adds Hold Person and Zone of Truth prepared for free. I like Scorching Ray since we need some more damaging spells. At 4th level of Cleric, we get our first ability booster feat, and we need to boost our Wisdom to 16. This will help a ton with our spell attack and save DCs. We get another cantrip known, 2 spells we can prepare, and another 2nd level spell slot. For the cantrip, take Toll the Dead, and for the prepared spells, take Lesser Restoration because it's always good to have on hand, and Silence to shut up those enemy spellcasters. At 5th level of Cleric, our Turn Undead Channeled Divinity will destroy undead of creature rating of 1/2 that fail to save. We also can prepare another spell and get 2 3rd level spell slots. From our background, we get Beacon of Hope and Blinding Smite added to our spell list, and from our order domain, we get Mass Healing Word and Slow prepared for free. For our prepared spell, Blinding Smite is a great option. The next time you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack, it deals 3d8 radiant damage, and on a failed Constitution save, it becomes blinded until the spell ends. It can make another saving throw on each of its turns to end the blindness. At 6th level of Cleric, we can use our Channel Divinity 2 times a day now, and from our order domain, we get Embodiment of the Law. If you cast the spell of the Enchantment School using a spell slot of 1st level or higher, you can change the spell's casting time to 1 bonus action for this casting, provided the spell's casting time is normally 1 action. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your Wisdom modifier with a minimum of 1, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. This will work great with Hold Person and Command. We get another spell we can prepare and another 3rd level spell slot. Take Spirit Guardians as your prepared spell. You call for spirits to protect you that flit around you in a distance of 15 feet for the duration. If you are of good or neutral alignment, their spectral form appears angelic or fey, your choice. If you are evil, they appear fiendish. When you cast the spell, you can designate a number of creatures you can see to be unaffected by it. An effective creature's speed is halved in this area, and the creature enters the area for the first time on the turn or starts its turn there, it must make a Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 3d8 radiant damage if you are good or neutral, or 3d8 necrotic damage if you are evil. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage. This spell is a concentration for up to 10 minutes, so remember that for your other concentration spells. At 7th level of Cleric, we can prepare another spell and can be a 4th level or lower now, and we get 1 4th level spell slot. From our background, we get Death Ward and Wall of Fire added to our Cleric list, and from our order domain, we get Compulsion and Locate Creature, prepared for free. For the prepared spell, take Banishment if you need to send one of the creatures to another plane while you finish off their buddies. At 8th level, we get an ability booster feat, and we want to boost our Wisdom to 18. As we get higher in levels, we will need our save DCs to be higher than what they are now, so this is needed. From our order domain, we get Divine Strike. Once on each of your turns, when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can cause the attack to deal an extra 1d8 psychic damage to the target. When you reach 14th level, the extra damage increases to 2d8. Also, our Destroy Undead ability from our Channel Divinity now works on undead creatures of rating of 1. We get 2 more spells that we can prepare and another 4th level spell slot. Take Divination for your first prepared spell, since it's always good to have, and for the second, take Guardian of Faith. Since we can't take Lehman's Tiny Hut, this spell is perfect to use when we want to take a long rest since it lasts for 8 hours and requires no concentration.
And at 9th level Cleric, we get another spell we can prepare that can be a 5th level, another 4th level spell slot, and one 5th level spell slot. From our background, we get Flame Strike added to our Cleric list, but it's already there, and from our order domain, we get Commune and Dominate Person prepared for free. For the prepared spell, take Mass Cure Wounds, since you will probably be the only one who can get it, and it works with your Voice of Authority ability. At 10th level Cleric, we get Divine Intervention. Imploring our deity's aid requires you to use your action. Describe the assistance you seek and roll percentile die. If you roll a number equal to or lower than your Cleric level, your deity intervenes. The DM chooses the nature of the intervention. The effect of any Cleric spell or Cleric domain spell would be appropriate. If your deity intervenes, you can't use this feature again for 7 days. Otherwise, you can use it again after you finish a long rest. We get another cantrip known, another spell we can prepare, and another 5th level spell slot. For the cantrip, take Spare the Dying. You are a cleric after all, and you try to save as many evildoers as possible to send them to the gallows, even if they don't deserve it. For the prepared spell, take Flame Strike for a great range damage area of effect spell. At 11th level Cleric, the Destroy Undead from our Channel Divinity will now destroy undead of a creature rating 2 or lower that fail to save. For spells, we get another spell we can prepare that can be of 6th level, and we get one 6th level spell slot. Let's take Heal for a 70 hit point healing spell that also works with our Voice of Authority. At 12th level Cleric, we get another ability booster feat, and we want to use it to boost our Constitution to 16. This will help with our hit points and with our Daunting Roar racial ability. We get another spell we can prepare, and since we have Heal already, let's take Harm now. The target must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 14d6 necrotic damage, or half as much damage on a successful save. The damage can't reduce the target's hit points below 1. If the target fails a saving throw, its hit point maximum is reduced for 1 hour by an amount equal to the necrotic damage it took. Any effect that removes a disease allows a creature's hit points maximum to return to normal before the time passes. At 13th level Cleric, we get another spell we can prepare of 7th level and one 7th level spell slot, and take Firestorm. The area of the storm consists of up to 10 10-foot cubes, which you can arrange as you wish. Each cube must have at least one face adjacent to the face of another cube. Each creature in the area must make a dexterity saving throw. It takes 7d10 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. You have to be careful when placing the cubes, but if done right, you can avoid your allies while hitting the enemy.
At 14th level of Cleric, our Destroy Undead option of our Channel Divinity now will destroy undead of a creature rating of 3 or lower on a failed save. We also get another spell we can prepare, and we want Resurrection just in case one of our allies drops in battle. At 15th level of Cleric, we get another spell we can prepare that can be of 8th level now, and one 8th level spell slot. Take Holy Aura. Divine Light washes out from you and coalesces in a soft radiance in a 30-foot radius around you. Creatures of your choice in that radius, when you cast this spell, shed dim light in a 5-foot radius and have advantage on all saving throws, and other creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against them until the spell ends. This is a concentration up to 1 minute spell. In addition, when a fiend or an undead hits an affected creature with a melee attack, the aura flashes with brilliant light. The attacker must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or be blinded until the spell ends. This is a great support spell for you and your allies, since at this level having advantage on saving throws is really helpful. At 16th level of Cleric, we get another ability booster feat, and we want to use it to cap our Wisdom off at 20. Yes, we use a lot of our boosts to our Wisdom, but this character will start off with more of melee combat than using spells when necessary. Then in later levels, it will be more of a spellcaster, but can still do the melee combat. We can prepare 2 spells of 8th level, and we want Sunburst. Brilliant sunlight flashes in a 60-foot radius centered on a point you can choose within range. Each creature in that light must make a Constitution saving throw, and on a failed save, a creature takes 12d6 radiant damage and is blinded for 1 minute. On a successful save, it takes half as much damage and isn't blinded. A creature blinded by this spell makes another Constitution saving throw at the end of each of its turns, and on a successful save, it is no longer blinded. The spell dispels any darkness in the area that was created by a spell. And for the second spell, take Anti-Magic Field. This spell has a long description, so we recommend you look it up, but I'm sure from the name you can guess how it works. At 17th level of Cleric, our Destroy Undead option of our Channel Divinity will now destroy undead of a creature rating of 4 or lower on a failed save. And from our Order domain, we get Order's Wrath. If you deal your Divine Strike damage to a creature on your turn, you can curse that creature until the start of your next turn. The next time one of your allies hits the cursed creature with an attack, the attack also deals 2d8 psychic damage and the curse ends. You can curse a creature in this way only once per turn, and extra damage is always nice. We get another spell we can't prepare that can be of 9th level now, and one 9th level spell slot. Take Mass Heal. You restore up to 700 hit points divided as you choose among any number of creatures that you can see within range. Creatures healed by this spell are also cured of all diseases and any effect causing them to be blinded or deafened. This spell has no effect on undead or constructs.
And at 18th level cleric, we can use our channel divinity 3 times a day now. We also get another spell we can prepare and another 5th level spell slot. For the prepared spell, take Gate, since we need a good transportation spell, and we can also call, say, some angels to help.
Yeah.
At 19th level cleric, we get another ability booster feat, and we want to boost our constitution to 18. This will help with our hit points and our concentration checks, since we have a lot of concentration spells. We can prepare another spell, and we get another 6th level spell slot. It's a 5th level spell, but take Geas. This will be helpful to make sure those evildoers that you judge to stay on the right path, at least for 30 days.
Yeah.
And at 20th level of cleric, our divine intervention improves, and now it automatically succeeds, no roll required. We get another spell we can prepare and another 7th level spell slot, and take True Resurrection. Again, this one has a long description, so we recommend you look it up. The thing I like most about this build is how well it suits the nature of the Boros. Order Domain first appeared in the Guildmaster Guide of Ravnica and is perfect for the Boros. That it's all about power and control through the use of violence. The Boros aren't evil. In fact, they tend towards lawful good, but the emphasis is on lawful. They take their duty to impose order very seriously and aren't shy about using violence against those who break the law. And Leonin aren't a race normally found on the plane of Ravnica, but they are otherwise well suited to the Boros, being strong, honorable, and fiercely dedicated. Leonin in a Ravnica setting could also be found among the Celestia even more frequently.
Well, we hope you enjoyed our take on the Boros Legionnaire build. If you have any questions, comments, or build requests, please leave them in the comments section below. Next week, we will be continuing our Ravnica series when we visit the laboratories of the Simic. And until next time,
Cheers!
Cheers!